I rush to the door, thinking that maybe they've finally arrived. But when I open it, no one is there. Instead, there's an envelope resting on the doormat. It's in my mom's handwriting, clean, precise, as though it's a note from a stranger. We went to the waterfront grill. Enjoy your dinner alone. I read it over and over, trying to understand what this could mean. The waterfront grill? They're at a restaurant, leaving me here, alone. All the hours I spent planning, cooking, hoping this would be the moment we'd reconnect. It means nothing. How could they do this to me? I'm Jessica Mitchell, a pharmacist in Seattle. For 12 years, I've dedicated myself to the work I love, helping patients manage their medications, answering their questions, and ensuring they're getting the right care. At Harborview Medical Center, I found a sense of purpose. Every prescription I fill, every label I check, is part of something larger. The precision of it all, the dosage, the timing, the order, is my strength. I find peace in it, knowing I'm making a tangible difference in someone's life. But today is different. Today is about something more personal. It's Thanksgiving. For me, Thanksgiving has always been a time to pause, to reconnect with the people I love. The food is important, yes, but it's the gathering that matters most. The feeling of slowing down, of setting everything aside for just a few hours, to laugh, share stories, and remember what truly matters. I've been planning this dinner for weeks. I wanted it to be perfect. After a long shift at the hospital, I finished early today, just in time to finish preparing everything. I'd spent hours in the kitchen, carefully crafting the menu. A golden roast turkey, creamy mashed, potatoes, sweet potato casserole, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. Every dish was a labor of love, a way to show my family how much they mean to me. Marcus, my stepdad, was out of town for work. But it was supposed to be just me, my mom, Rachel, and my younger sister Lily. I had envisioned the three of us around, the table, sharing stories and maybe even laughing about old memories. For the first time in a long time, I thought it would be a chance to rebuild the connections we'd lost over the years. As I set the table, my mind wandered to the dynamics of my family. My dad, David, had passed away 6 years ago, leaving a hole in our lives. Marcus, my stepdad, was a good man, kind, generous, always ready to lend a hand. But things had changed since his arrival. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing, that the family we once were wasn't the same anymore. And then there's Lily, my younger sister, always the life of the party, always surrounded by friends and laughter. These days, she's more than just social. She's a full-blown influencer. Her Instagram following is in the millions, and she lives her life for the next post, the next brand deal. I don't blame her for wanting success, but it feels like she's lost the ability to connect with what really matters, the quiet moments that once brought us together. Social media has a way of drawing people in, keeping them attached to the digital world. But as I set the table, carefully adjusting each plate, I couldn't help but feel the absence. The absence of something real, something grounded, something that had nothing to do with followers or hashtags. This year, I hoped, desperately hoped, that Thanksgiving could bring us back together. That maybe, just maybe this year, we could rediscover what we'd lost. But as I finish setting the table, the empty space around me feels like a cruel reminder. The house, quiet and still, feels cold. The meal I've spent hours preparing sits, waiting, but there's a quiet unease in the air. The silence stretches on, and I can't shake the nagging feeling that something is about to go wrong. By the time 7 p.m. rolls around, I've called both my mom and Lily several times. No answer. My fingers hover over the phone, a sense of dread creeping up on me as the minutes tick by. The turkey is cooling, the house is silent, and I can't help but wonder if I'm just setting myself up for disappointment once again. But then the doorbell rings. A small spark of hope flickers in my chest. They've finally arrived. Maybe tonight will be different. I walk to the door, a smile tugging at my lips, ready to greet my family. I'm standing in the aisles of the local supermarket, the last few ingredients in my basket: cranberries for the sauce, fresh herbs for the stuffing, and a few spices I'd forgotten. My phone vibrates in my pocket, and I pull it out, expecting a text from my sister, Lily, asking what time dinner is, but it's a call from my mom. I answer quickly, my thoughts already returning to the dinner preparations. "Hey, honey," Rachel says, her voice steady but tinged with that note of uncertainty I've come to recognize over the years. "I'm so sorry, but there's been a bit of an emergency with Lily's friend. We might be late. I've got everything ready on my end, though. I'll keep you posted, but I don't know exactly when we'll arrive." I can feel my stomach drop, a knot tightening in my chest. Not this again. Another excuse. Another interruption. Over the years, I've watched Lily's world become consumed by her social media life. An endless stream of selfies, brand deals, and events. Family dinners like this are an afterthought, always subject to whatever emergency her followers or some influencer trend dictates. "I understand," I say, trying to keep my voice level. "I'll keep the food warm. Just let me know when you're on your way. We say our goodbyes, but I'm already irritated, already dreading how this evening will go. It's supposed to be a time for family, but every year, it feels more like a reminder of how we've drifted apart." By the time I return home, the turkey's nearly done, its golden skin crisping to perfection, and the side dishes are all prepped. Everything is set. But the house feels empty. The table I've carefully arranged for 3 feels like a hollow reminder of how little we actually connect. My stepdad, Marcus, is away on a business trip, so it's just supposed to be me, Lily, and Mom. As I place the dishes on the table, a quiet unease settles over me. The minutes stretch on like hours. I tell myself to stay calm, to be patient, but the clock ticks on, and the silence in the house deepens. It's 7 p.m. I've called Mom and Lily multiple times, but no one answers. My fingers hover over the phone, the need to reach out again gnawing at me. But what's the point? The turkey is cooling, and the warmth of the house is slipping away. I can't shake the feeling that something isn't right, something that's beyond just being late. By 7:30, I'm certain this evening is slipping away from me. The perfect dinner, the ideal family moment, is being lost in the void of unanswered calls and excuses. I feel a deep frustration rising, and just as I'm about to call again, the doorbell rings. I freeze, my heart quickening. Maybe they've finally arrived. But as I walk toward the door, part of me already knows this won't be the reunion I've imagined. My heart races as I rush to the door. Finally, I think, they're here. After hours of waiting, I'm eager to hear my mom's voice, to see Lily's smiling face. But when I open the door, I stop dead in my tracks. No one is standing there. Instead, lying innocently on the doormat is an envelope. I crouch down, confused, my fingers trembling as I pick it up. My mind races with questions. Could they have forgotten something? Was the timing just off? I rip the envelope open, my fingers stiff, and pull out a letter. It's in my mom's handwriting, neat and purposeful. "We went to the waterfront grill. Enjoy your dinner alone." I read it over and over again, my eyes scanning the words, trying to make sense of them. But I can't. What is this? A wave of disbelief crashes over me. My chest tightens. They left me. All the hours I spent preparing this meal, the anticipation of sharing this moment with my family, it means nothing to them. They just went to a restaurant without me. My breath catches in my throat as I try to process the betrayal. My hands start to shake as I clutch the letter. The world around me seems to slow down. This isn't real. There's no way this could be happening. The effort I put into this dinner, the love I poured into every dish, it was for nothing. They didn't even have the decency to tell me beforehand. They just left a letter on the doorstep. And then, just as the sting of the letter begins to settle deep in my chest, I hear it. Laughter. It echoes from the living room, high-pitched and carefree. My heart skips a beat, and I stand frozen for a moment, trying to piece together what's happening. Before I can react, the living room door bursts open. My mom and Lily charge out, laughing hysterically, the sound echoing through the house. They stop when they see me, their laughter erupting into fits of joy. Lily is holding up her phone, pointing it at me, capturing every moment of my confusion. "Did you see her face?" Lily laughs, still filming, as she zooms in on my stunned expression. The sight of her, gleaming with amusement, feels like a slap. I'm caught in the middle of a whirlwind of emotions, shock, confusion, rage, and all I can do is stand there, motionless, as the reality of what's happening sets in. This wasn't a family moment. This was a prank. "Surprise!" Lily exclaims, her voice dripping with excitement as she waves her phone in front of me. She sounds so proud, like this is the most fun she's had in weeks. I stare at her, unable to speak, my mind racing as my emotions churn. I feel a wave of nausea rise in my stomach, the bitter taste of betrayal crawling up my throat. "Happy Thanksgiving," Lily adds, as if everything is fine. She looks at me, waiting for my reaction, but I can't speak. I'm paralyzed. My mom, still clutching her stomach from laughter, steps forward, her eyes sparkling with glee. "Isn't it hilarious?" she says, clearly so proud of herself. "We planned it for weeks." It's for Lily's new series, Pranking My Family. Isn't it great? I feel like the floor has been pulled out from under me. The very core of what I thought Thanksgiving was supposed to be, a sacred quiet time for family, is now reduced to something cheap, a joke. A joke at my expense. The effort I put in, the love I invested into every dish, none of it mattered. This wasn't a family celebration. This wasn't a time to share a meal together. It was just an opportunity for Lily to boost her social media following, to make content for her YouTube channel. The anger rises in me like a tide, but it's swallowed by the overwhelming sense of hurt. I glance at my mom, her face flushed with pride, and feel my heart break all over again. How could they think this was funny? How could they have turned my love, my dedication, into a joke for entertainment? This is for my new series, Pranking My Family, Lily says again, as if I haven't heard it the first time. She beams, her face glowing with excitement as she watches the view count climb on her phone. "It's going to go viral," she says, almost giddy. My stomach churns, and I can't breathe for a moment. My chest tightens, and I stare at them, still speechless. They look at me, waiting for my laughter, for me to join in on the joke. But I'm not laughing. I'm not smiling. I just want to leave, to escape. I can't understand how they think this is okay, how they could disregard the years of family dinners, the memories we've shared, for this. Tears sting at my eyes, but I fight them back. I won't give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. Instead, I turn on my heel, storming out of the room, the sound of their laughter trailing behind me like a cruel echo. But deep inside, I know this isn't just a prank. It's a sign of something deeper, something broken. This Thanksgiving is the final straw, and I'm not sure if I can ever fix it. I try to hold it together, but my mind is unraveling faster than I can process. The laughter from the living room still echoes in my ears as I stand there, clutching the crumpled letter in my hand. This wasn't just a prank. It was a punch to the gut, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong in my family. The letter, with its cold message, felt like the final nail in the coffin. All the hours I spent preparing this meal, all the time I invested, were worthless to them. My heart pounds in my chest, and I can feel the pressure building inside me, rising with every passing second. The paper is still in my hand, a tangible reminder of the betrayal. I don't even think. I just rip it in half. The sound of the paper tearing is so loud in the silence of the room. It's like my emotions are finally breaking free, the frustration and anger that have been building for so long spilling out, in a single violent motion. I throw the pieces on the table, the jagged edges of the torn paper mirroring the jagged pain in my chest. This was never about the meal. It was about the love and effort I put into making this day special. It was about family, the last shred of normalcy I was clinging to. And now it's all gone. I feel the heat rise in my face, my voice shaking, as I try to express everything that's been bottled up for years. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning to cook for all of you. I spent hours getting everything just right for tonight, for this family. My voice cracks as I choke back tears, the weight of it all crashing down. And this is how you repay me? You leave me alone, just so you can get laughs for your YouTube channel? They stand there, staring at me like I'm the crazy one. Lily is still filming. Her phone pointed at me, capturing my every moment of pain like it's just another scene in her series. My mom doesn't even seem to understand the gravity of what's happening. They both look at me as if I'm overreacting, like this is all just a joke that should be laughed off. Lily shrugs nonchalantly, her voice casual, as if everything is normal. It's just a joke, Jess. You're so uptight. It's not a big deal. Her words feel like a slap in the face. Not a big deal? How could she possibly think that? Mom tries to intervene, stepping closer to me. She doesn't see what I see. She doesn't feel what I feel. Come on, sweetie, she says in that soft, dismissive tone. Don't get so upset. We'll eat together once the prank is over. It's just a little fun, a joke. I hear the words, but they don't make any sense to me. I don't understand how they could think this was all fun. This isn't a joke. It's a betrayal. This is my family laughing at my pain, laughing at the time I spent trying to bring us together. The walls close in around me. My pulse quickens, and the air feels thick with tension, thick with everything I've tried to ignore over the years. I've been patient. I've tried to keep the peace, to be the one who holds it all together, but I can't do it anymore. I look at my mom and Lily, and for the first time, I realize that they're not the people I thought they were. The love, the warmth, the connection I've been desperately trying to preserve. It's all been a lie. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle over me like a heavy blanket. My voice is steady now, but there's no mistaking the finality in it. I'm done. I can't be a part of this game anymore. I'm done trying to pretend everything's fine when it's clearly not. Their faces flicker with surprise, and I can see the confusion in their eyes. They don't understand. They don't get it. But it's too late for explanations. The realization hits me hard, like a punch to the stomach. They've already crossed the line. Without saying another word, I grab my coat from the hook by the door and slide my arms into it. I don't look back. I can't. My heart is pounding in my ears as I move toward the door, but there's no hesitation in my step. This is the moment. They try to stop me. Jess, wait! My mom calls, but her voice sounds distant, like it's coming from someone else. Lily shouts after me, but I don't hear her. I open the door and step into the cold Seattle night, the chill of the air hitting me like a wave of clarity. The weight on my chest lifts just a little, replaced by something else. Freedom. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm leaving them behind. The coldness on my skin feels good, a harsh contrast to the suffocating warmth inside the house. As I walk, I realize that I'm not just leaving a house. I'm leaving a life that has never really been mine, a life I've tried so hard to hold on to. For the first time, I'm not trying to fix anything. I'm not trying to make it better. I'm just walking away. The cool Seattle air bites at my face as I walk through the dark streets, the weight of the evening lifting from my shoulders with every step. I can't remember the last time I felt so free, so unburdened. The city lights blur as my thoughts race. Each memory of the evening, the prank, the betrayal, the suffocating atmosphere, melting away into the night. The sting of it all lingers, but in its place is something unexpected. Clarity. As I walk, it hits me with startling force. I've been living in a toxic family dynamic for far too long. All these years, I've been the one trying to hold everything together, trying to make it work, but now it's clear. There's nothing more to say. I'm done. I'm done with the hurt, done with the empty expectations. I'm walking into the unknown. But for the first time, I'm actually excited. I feel like I'm finally free to find my own way. I pull out my phone, the cold screen lighting up in the dark. A message from Sarah catches my eye. We'd lost touch over the years, but we'd been close in college. She's hosting a Thanksgiving party tonight with some old friends. At first, I hesitate. I had plans, after all, plans that no longer seem relevant. So, with a deep breath, I send her a quick text. Hey, I know this is last minute, but can I still come? Her response is immediate. Of course. We'd love to have you. When I arrive at Sarah's party, it feels like stepping into a completely different world, one where people genuinely care about each other, where the laughter is real, not forced, and where the food is served with love, not for the gram. For the first time in a long time, I feel at peace. I meet new people, people who actually see me for who I am, not who they want me to be. Among them is Ethan, a chef who's planning to open a health-conscious restaurant. He invites me to collaborate, combining my pharmaceutical knowledge with my passion for cooking. It's the spark I didn't know I needed. The following months are a whirlwind. I work with Ethan to develop the concept for Nourish, a health-focused restaurant, and begin reducing my hours at the hospital. My life is changing in ways I never imagined, and I feel lighter with each passing day. For the first time, I'm following my own path, not defined by the expectations of my family, but by my own passions. Eventually, my mom and Lily reach out, wanting to apologize for the prank. It's too little, too late. I've changed. But I've learned to forgive. This Thanksgiving prank, it turned out to be the catalyst for my transformation. It wasn't easy, but I've finally broken free. I'm walking my own path now, and I've never felt more alive.